Mr. Dixon, and welcome to part 2, or episode 2, of Mr. Dixon's Arrested Development. Or Development, I don't know how we're actually, I think it's going to call it Mr. Dixon's Arrested Development. There we go. Alright, so what I basically do is I find these news stories, and it involves religious people, and I read them, and I make a couple of jokey jokes. Isn't that entertaining? Yeah. Alright. First story. Raids in New Jersey town target ultra-Orthodox Jews accused of welfare fraud. What is going on here? That's in the headline. What is going on here? First of all, Jews on welfare. Hilarious! Isn't it a nice stereotype rather than saying they all run Hollywood? They're on welfare, see? Not just the Negroes. Alright, stop. And let's read. It was a spectacle nobody in this sleepy New Jersey town would forget. Early one morning, police and FBI agents in bulletproof vests bounded up the steps of suburban townhouses at split levels, threatening to break down the doors, hauling up in handcuffs husbands and wives in the distinctive clothing of ultra-Orthodox Jews. One was a prominent rabbi and head of a synagogue. Dun, dun, dun. Normally, for that sort of action, when they're breaking down the doors and they're arresting and the FBI just rushing in the house, usually have to be working for the Trump administration, so this is a nice change of pace. It was a dramatic kickoff of a series of well-publicized raids that since June have netted 26 suspects on charges of stealing $2 million in government benefits. Prosecutors say that the suspects understated their income to get free health care, food stamps, rental subsidies, and other benefits. Ooh, naughty, naughty Jews. You're naughty, very naughty. Get on that, benefits. Ultra-Orthodox Jews, ladies and gentlemen. Once a backward at the edge of New Jersey's Pine Barrens, Lakewood, New Jersey. It's in Jersey. Is now home of one of the largest concentrations of ultra-Orthodox Jews outside of Israel. They are a fast-growing population with a high birth rate because they like that fucking. The population of Lakewood has exploded from 45,000 in 1990 to more than 100,000 today. That's a lot of Jews fucking, let me tell you. Many of the newcomers are from large families priced out of the Brooklyn by gentrification. So it's not, see, for people who are supposed to run Hollywood, you think they can afford Brooklyn. But no, and they're up there fucking, well, they're the wrong sort of Jews, the Orthodox rabbis or whatever. Ultra-Orthodox, the Orthodox Jewish community, ultra-Orthodox. The Orthodox. Alright, well, that's that story. Next one. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you where that was from. That was from, that's what I was looking for. This story is from LA Times. The LA Times is reporting on Jews being raided in New Jersey. I don't know why they are, but there we go. All right, next story. This is from the BBC, and I don't mean big black cock for once. Stoke Imam guilty of supporting Islamic State group. A British imam who preached support for the so-called Islamic State has been found guilty of terror offenses. Talk about playing into stereotypes. Kamran Hussein, 40, gave radical sermons to around 40 worshippers at a charity-funded mosque in Tunstall, Stoke-on-Trent. This is in Britain, so that's they got places like called Stoke-on-Trent, and Stoke-on-Stoke, Stoke-on-Love, Stoke-on-Basketball, Stoke. The Old Bailey heard he told children. This is the Old Bailey, this is the courthouse. Heard he told children that martyrdom was better than anything they could achieve at school, which is great. He, of course, didn't do it himself. Martyrdom, kids, you love it. You're like, I personally, I can't do it. But you kids, you should go off and do the whole martyrdom thing because it's awesome. You get so much of that than going to school. School's bullshit. That's bullshit. You don't want to do that shit. You get to do some martyrdom, motherfuckers. Hussein from Tunstall was convicted of 2 counts of supporting ISIS and 6 of encouraging terrorism. So, yeah, that's 2 counts for ISIS and 6 for terrorism. So terrorism actually won on that one. The dates of the offenses were between June and September last year. Okay? During the trial, jurors heard Hussein was arrested after an undercover officer secretly recorded a series of Friday lunchtime sermons over the 4 months. So it's 4 months of lunchtime sermons on a Friday. Like, hey kids, what kid? Jesus, what kind of? I don't mean to say Jesus, guys. What kind of? Imagine that that's your lunchtime. You're taking your kids to a mosque. No, what child is gonna? It's lunchtime. Let them have their lunch and enjoy and play. That's what I want to do as a kid. I want to hear somebody tell me I need to blow myself up for Allah, whatever the fuck. What the hell? What is that? That's the abuse, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's the end of that guy. All right, moving on. This is from Low HUD This is a part of the USA Network. It's LOHUD. Lohud. That's what I have here. The ex-Spring Valley, this is a headline, ex-Spring Valley Church youth minister charged with providing minor with alcohol. Now, this is the sort of child abuse I like. All right, no, kidding. Spring Valley, a 26-year-old Yonkers man faces misdemeanor charges of providing an underage parishioner of St. Joseph's Church with alcohol after he was fired as the church's youth pastor. So he got fired and he said, I'm gonna go and find a kid and get him drunk. I don't understand. What? All right, anyway. Ernest Zalamia faces counts of endangering the welfare of a child and first-degree unlawfully dealing with a child for giving alcohol to a person under 21. The legal age to drink in New York State is, of course, 21. Zelma was arraigned Tuesday in Spring Valley Justice Court and released after posting $200 bail pending future appearances in court. $200? Well, they're not fucking around. Zalamia is accused of buying a six-pack of beer at the 7-Eleven store at 63 Kennedy Drive, on July 19th and sharing the alcohol with a 6-year-old boy he knew from the church. Maybe they were just friends. They're like, hey, I'm going to drink this beer. And the kid said, all right, I'll join you. Completely inappropriate. The minor told Spring Valley Police Detective, the kid was a snitch. The minor told Spring Valley Police Detective Philip Fantasia, that is his name. I'm Detective Fantasia. Fantasia of the Spring Valley Police. The minor told Spring Valley Police Detective Philip Fantasia on September 7th that Zalamia, then drove them across the street to the Spring Valley High School parking lot where they drank the beers, according to court documents. What's this guy like? This guy's like reliving his own high school years. I'm gonna go drink in the high school parking lot with some beers. The minor told I said that already. The Reverend Levelet Germain, that's his name. So we got a Germain, Zalamia, and Detective Fantasia. These are not made up, ladies and gentlemen. The Reverend Levelet Germain, the church's senior pastor, I'm senior pastor. I'm not the freshman pastor. I'm not the sophomore pastor. I am senior pastor of the pastoration. The church's senior pastor said Wednesday that Zalamia had been fired for insubordination before he allegedly shared beers with the teenager and before police arrested him in early September, Germain said. Germain said Zalamia had worked as a youth minister since September 2016. Germain said the church did a background check on Zalamia before hiring him. When we're obviously a very good background check. Hey, he only got the kid drunk. He didn't try and fuck him yet. All right. I don't know. Why would you want to? Who wants to drink with a teenager? Like, he's 26. The kid was 16. This is like he's 10 years older than him. Go find someone your own age to get drunk with, dude. In a high school parking lot, you don't have an apartment? What the fuck? Or go to a bar, meet somebody, have some fun. You're no longer a youth pastor. They fired you. Go out and enjoy yourself. That God shit is bullshit, dude. We knew he was under investigation, Germain said at the church Wednesday. The detective on the case kept us abreast of the details. Abreast? No, I'm sorry. He was let go before he was charged. This had nothing to do with the church other than the other person involved. It had nothing to do with church. Nothing at all. Nothing. A youth pastor doing something inappropriate with a child? What? That doesn't happen. What are you? All right. That's that story. And next. I was going to say finally, we got one more before this one. So this is the penultimate story. This is from the Independent in Ireland, where they're very independent, as you know. Cardinal to face trial for not reporting child abuse. Cardinal to face trial for not reporting child abuse. It used to be Cardinal would go face trial for reporting child abuse back in Ireland, way back in the day. But these days, now they're like, well, maybe we should put the priests in jail for molesting our kids, as opposed to like giving them promotions and shit. That's a new thing in Ireland. Relatively, they're just getting okay. Maybe should we put priests away for fucking our kids? You know what? That's a good idea. Let's do that. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do that. So they've gotten around to it. Anyway, the senior French cardinal, he's French, Philippe Barbin, I don't know how you pronounce his last name, is to be tried for not reporting child abuse according to reports. Not reporting it, not doing it. Important distinction, not really. All right. The clergyman, who was also Archbishop of Lyon, was once tipped as successor to Pope Francis. Yeah, I bet he was. But he and other priests have been ordered to appear in court for allegedly not reporting pedophilia committed by another clergyman, Bernard Prainot. or pray. I swear it's not pray not. Pray not. His last name is spelled Preynat. So I don't know how you pronounce that. Pray. It sounds like it's in there. Pray on the children. His victims have now accused Father Bourbon of not speaking out against the crimes. The trial will take place in April next year. All right, that's that story. And finally, from USA Today. This is a relatively older story, but happened earlier this month. Fight church pastor charged with forcible touching. This is from the USA Today. Did I say that already? Henrietta, New York. You think I'd be able to pronounce that since that's in my state. Paul Burris, a charismatic, in-your-face pastor who gained, I'll bet he put it in your face, in-your-face pastor who gained fame for operating a fight club in his house of worship, has been accused of forcibly touching 2 women. Burris was, what is forcibly touching? We'll find out. Burris was for years a pastor at Victory Church, a large non-denominational Christian church. The Victory website does not list Burris as being among its leadership team, and the telephone went unanswered there Monday morning. Yeah, we can plug that shit. Like, I don't want to talk about me forcibly touching these women. Burris, 43, is a mixed martial arts fighter as well as a minister and receives a great deal of publicity when he's featured in Fight Church, a 2014 documentary. I never even heard of this documentary. What the hell is Fight Church? In a church where they fight and supplement their homosexual feelings. On Friday morning, however, he was arrested, but not this dude, definitely not homosexual or in. He likes that pussy. On Friday morning, however, he was arrested by Monroe County Sheriff's deputies on 2 counts of forcible touching, according to Sheriff's Office spokesman Captain John Helfer. Helfer verified the person arrested was the minister noted for his Fight Church activities. The charges arose from separate incidents in February, Helfer said. The complainants are adult females. So he's like, all right, yes, and I'm all right. It's illegal touching, but, you know, there are adults, so I'm not forcibly trying to fuck children, I'm just adult women. Yeah. And ain't that sweet? The offense in question, a misdemeanor, that's what forcible touching is, a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in jail, is defined in state penal law as forcibly touching the sexual or other intimate parts of another person. So he must have did a Trump grabbing by the pussy thing, and they said, you can't grab me by my pussy, this is a church. And he said, what? I'm mixed martial arts, I'm trying to teach you how to fight. Fight club, grab your bar of pussy, fight club, fight pussy person. They said, stop it. Burris, who could not be reached for comment Monday, was processed in the sheriff's Henrietta substation and given an appearance ticket. He is scheduled to be arraigned in Henrietta Town Court on September 19th, which is already passed, according to the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. The Henrietta pastor has been dogged by accusations of sexual misconduct for several years. Several blogs and news websites featured such claims 3 years ago when Burris came to public attention because of his fighting in church approach. Maybe next time fucking in a church approach, and next time make sure the ladies want to be touched. Not bad. Why not fucking church? I think they do it at the Church of Satan. And if they don't, they should really consider it, because I go to a church where you can get some good fucking. Nah, it's fucking. All right, never mind. But none of these accusations were proved, as there is no record of any previous arrest. So he was accused but didn't go anywhere. Tina Wright, a former member of Victory Church who asserts she has a long personal history at Burris, said she had spoken to 2 of the women who filed charges. And there's more to it, but do we really need more? Was he guilty? I have no idea. All these people are allegedly guilty until they're convicted. You know, so Iman is technically he's guilty because he was convicted. So fuck that guy. But the rest of them is alleged. It's alleged. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Maybe he served beer to the kids and took them to the parking lot at the high school and to have beers. It's like, how old are you? Oh, you're 26. All right. Yeah, at 26, you really should have your own place and do your drinking there. And don't invite 16-year-olds. It's not a good idea. Wait until they're at least 18. That way you're not going to get in trouble. But actually 21 in the state of New York. So wait until they're 21, then have all the drinking you want. Then nobody's going to give a shit. Don't do that. And next time, don't make it beer. Make it gin and tonic, because that's really, if you really want a good, gin and tonic is much better than beer. Kids, if you're listening to this, I understand it's a little hard. You just want to get booze, and you got to get these fucking adults to buy for you. But if you can get into your parents' cabinet, if your parents have booze, or uncles, aunts, or whatever, who have booze in their house, see if they have tonic water and gin. Mix those 2 things together. Get a hold of them, then mix them together, break it into the cabinet, whatever you got to do. Mix them together and drink that, because that is delicious. Gin and tonics are fantastic. But you won't, believe me, I won't steer you wrong. But don't listen to me. I'm just a stranger on the internet. But I'm telling you, delicious. All right, this is a Mr. Dixon's arrested development. And that is our second episode. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be back next time with some more religious, godly people being busted for some shit. Because that's what I like to do. Read about such things. All right, thank you. I'm going to now turn the computer off. Or the phone I'm recording this on. It's not a computer. Anyway, see you next time.